Three fools set out to build a house in the desert. The first man found a small patch of green grass and said, "Let's build our house here." But the other two said, "No, we'll find a better place further on." A little later, they found another spot. There was grass there and a rock nearby. The first two men happily ran to the spot and immediately started fighting over it. Seeing their childish behavior, the third man quietly went to pick flowers nearby. Suddenly, his gaze fell on something in the distance, and he was startled. He called out to the other two because there was an oasis in front of them. The three of them jumped for joy and ran towards it. There were lush green trees and a vast blue sea stretching out before them. Seeing this sight, the first two men immediately started claiming the land. They pushed the third man aside and drove him away. The poor third man quietly gathered his belongings and went to another place. Meanwhile, the first two started fighting again. They began cutting down trees like madmen, building their houses quickly so they could outdo each other. Finally, both their houses were finished. They were exactly the same, equal in height and size. This infuriated the greedy pair. They decided to have a real competition. One picked up a saw, the other brought a bulldozer. Both started working even harder to make their houses taller. But because of them, the entire forest was being cut down. Even the sun began to hide due to the lack of trees. When the two looked through binoculars, they found that their houses were still the same height. In anger, they brought in excavators. They thought, now we'll make them even taller. But by then, all the trees were gone. Just then, a seagull flew by carrying a fish. A new madness seized the two of them. They started adding fish and garbage to their houses. They even put their tools on the roof so that their houses would look a little taller than the others. Then their eyes fell on an old tire lying on the seashore. Both of them pounced on it, but a seagull landed on the same tire. Seeing this, their last shred of patience snapped. In a fit of rage, one man pulled out a gun. He aimed through a telescope and fired. The bullet missed the seagull, but it revealed a third man on a distant cliff. That man had now cultivated a garden and started a family. Seeing this, the other two became even more envious. They started blaming each other and fighting. Suddenly, in the midst of their fight, all their buildings collapsed. Everything turned to dust. The two men rolled on the ground in despair. Meanwhile, on the high cliff, the third man, with his family, was enjoying coffee and watching the scene unfold. He was living a happy and peaceful life. What a strange ending. The greedy ones gained nothing, while the contented man found true happiness.